Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Round 7. And if you'd like to see the ones on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL7, or you can upload your posting to the Instagram and use that hashtag. This is a sketch we're using today. Triangles. Y'all know how much I love triangles. Well, I like seeing them. Making them's another story. If I'm putting triangles on my layout, I want the angles to match. It bugs me if they don't match. And I'm not always so good at getting them to match. I cut these sheets of paper. I use scraps. And a couple of the ones I wanted to use weren't quite big enough to go with what I started out with. Even the tiny one down there, they weren't big enough even that I picked out. So I had to find more, and I think one of the sheets of paper may not even go with this collection, but it was in there. But I cut the bigger ones at 5.5 inches square and the smaller ones at 2-inch square. Then I folded them over and pinched where the center was so I'd know, and cut to the center there. The collection I'm using is crepe paper, and it's Boys Rule, and it's like from 2013. Oh, how I loved that collection and still do. And I showed that bag of ephemera. Well, it wasn't ephemera mostly. A little bit of it was, but most of it was fussy cut stuff, because there were several pages you could fussy cut. And I still have some to fussy cut, but I cut a lot already. And then I have a few other pages that I just haven't used, and I didn't want to cut into them for my triangles. So these are the ones I have. And that little potty people one on top, it wasn't really with this collection. I had it in there, but my friend Laura had sent me some 6x6 paper pads. She's sharing hers and said, this goes really good with that collection, and sent it to me. And I think that's the last page I have that she sent to me. Almost forgot that I had my triangles going up instead of down because, going up's achievement. And if you see my photo there, I've even got triangles in the photo. Now, looking at the sketch, I thought automatically black thread for the stitches on the smaller triangles. So I matted my photo in black also. I did it in the vanilla, then the black, to match my thread and a couple other things that would be on the layout. Well, if I had noticed before I did all that stitching, when I went to pick up my picture to go ahead and mat it, I noticed the rope in the photo is black and white twine looking stuff. Yeah, I could have used my black and white twine, but no, I just started stitching away with black thread. I'll admit that I did not even consider taking those stitches out and using the twine after I noticed it. I did think, oh, but I didn't take the stitches out. Well, I actually said the "aw" out loud. But it was a fun layout to do. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed using this old collection. I thought about using it the other day for one of the layouts that I was doing, and then I picked a different one. And when I thought of it this time, I thought, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And one reason I used it was because of the paper with the blueprints. Because, it kind of reminds me of scientific, and we were in a science museum there. And, blueprints building things. And somebody built that little contraption there in the middle of the floor. And I did use the Amy Tangerine thickers, and I looked this time and it said Daily. It was called Daily. But it is an old one, so you probably can't get it, but it is corrugated. So it's pretty cute. I did decide to put a journaling tag on here, and I thought about the round one at first, but I decided on this one, and I think it's Daily Flash, October Afternoon. And it's a Rolodex card. And I thought about putting more on there, but that gives it away. I want them to look at the photo and try to use their mind and think. So it says, check out the pulley system. Because if you notice on that table in the middle, well, it kind of looks like a table, and it says Tug of War on it, that's why the title, it's got a pulley system on the top. And it was so much fun to watch those two boys play tug of war. I had to tell them how they had to play it. They were looking at it and wondering. And I told them, you each get at one end and pull. And I had Casey to get to the left and Jake to the right. Well, if you look at the pulley system, you'll see why I did that. It's got the pulley over close to where Jake is at and farther away from Casey. And the way pulleys work, it sure can make tug of war fun. And I was having fun anyway. Jake was too. He was pretty proud of winning. Casey was pretty serious. And the harder he pulled, the closer he got to losing. But yeah, that pulley really made the tug of war fun. And I'm trying to decide what all to use on the layout. And I put play hard down there underneath that cassette that says science experiments. Yeah, perfect cassette to go right there. So of course I had to use it on my layout. Kind of tickled me when I found it. But yeah, I thought I was going to use that slide, codec processing slide up there. However, I am going to remember a new tool that I bought. Well, it's a die. It's one of those steel rule dies. And I was looking at the picture as I was doing the layout and remembering, days gone by. And I thought, oh, I wished I had a pulley to put on here. And then I thought, I have a pulley to put on here. That Tim Holtz mechanical steel roll die, it has gears on there, but it also has one pulley. And I thought, oh man, I got to use that. But of course, I'm using gears with it too. And I used the colors that were in the layout. I was just so thrilled to find cardstock that went so well with the layout. The orange matches the title, and it's going to match the enamel dots that's on there. And then the lighter blue, well, one's a black, it's not even light, dark blue. The light blue matches the papers that are in there. And so I was pretty thrilled with that. And of course, I thought I'll use some black too, so I can have it up there in that corner. All this stuff on there, I want to mention that down there below that there will be a link for Christy's Facebook group. And you can use the same sketch and upload your layout to the Facebook group so we can all see what you created. The hashtag and put it on Instagram. Or you can do a YouTube video. You can do that too. And there will be a link there for Christina for her Redefined Creative Shop on Facebook, because daily she is doing a live video using the same sketch. And then below that is oodles and oodles of more links to go to. Not everybody's doing it every day, but you would be surprised how many are doing it every day. So there's loads of inspiration down there. YouTube and Instagram. So yeah, it's fun doing it with a sketch that you didn't pick. Generally I think people pick the sketch thinking about what photos they're going to use. But here, doing this challenge, you get the sketch first, and then you got to figure out what photo you're going to use with it. And, of course, sometimes we go rogue. I try not to, but yeah, sometimes we all go rogue. But I stuck pretty good to the basics of the layout, and then I added embellishment clusters. And instead of 4 photos, I used 1. I did find some different colored stars made of vellum in there with the ephemera and the fussy cut stuff. And I pulled them out, so I'm putting them on the page. And I'm using my tiny attacher for a couple of them. And then the other, well, there's 2 others. I'm only going to put 1 on right now, but up there underneath the gears, because I'm not going to see that one laying right there next to the layout until a little bit later. But I am going to put it on there because I'm going to figure why have 1 left. And those enamel dots, I'm going to do the same thing. There's 1 left, and I'm going to figure out a way to use it rather than just sticking it somewhere. I am going to put it in the center of a gear. So a gear will be added to that codec instead of Kodak. Isn't it Kodak? It's codec processing slide. Just 1 letter difference. But yeah, I'm about getting done with this. See, there's where I found the star. And I've added the black gear. I had to cut a little bit of it off because I wanted it kind of tucked in and I couldn't tuck it. I guess I put too much glue on there. But yeah, I wanted it tucked in, so I just cut it off and made it look that way, kind of a faux tuck, and put that last enamel dot on there. And now I'm putting Mr. Huey's, and I think it's called Blueprint, but I knew it matched the papers in the collection. But I do believe that's the end of my layout. And yeah, my grandson's playing Tug of War. But yeah, great memory. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But see how that blue from that Potty People paper matches everything else so well. I mean, she was right when she sent it. It was perfect to go with this collection. I think she sent about a dozen little sheets. But yeah, probably got a 36 paper pad and sent me one of each. Yeah. But yeah, I've used them all, I think, with that one. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. I hope you all have a happy scrapping week and take care and stay safe. And try the sketch out. Load it up to Facebook or Instagram so that we can see it. But thank you again for watching. Bye.